Alright, Article 4, Municipal Gas Authority of Georgia, 464-480. Legislative plan with a declaration of the need. General Assembly found for the Tribune Public Division of the state now operate with the gas distribution for the services for the inhabitants of the customer provide with the gas all purposes of the public division furnishing the members of the public areas with the serve the receive the adequate serve the subject such public subdivision have the adequate dependable economical serve the gas supply. General Assembly declare that there exists for the state with the need for the authority to function without profit to develop and promote for the public good of the state adequate dependable economical source supply of the gas for the purpose of the expand expressed in this code section as if the financing condition of the other expenditure of the municipal gas system and its political subdivision. Alright, 46481 definitions. Even in this article, with the authority of the Municipal Gas Authority of the Georgia, successor there, two with any change of the name of the competent of the authority shall no way with the effect with the vested rights for the name of the person over the article with the impaired with the obligation for the name of the contract existing over this article. Bond anticipation notes to be the obligation issue for the validation of the bonds anticipation for the issuance of bond for the validated bonds revenue bonds meaning for the bonds issued for the authority under the article including refunded bonds. Cost of project for the cost of the construction, meaning for all costs of the construction, all costs of the real personal property required for the purpose of the scope of the project, with related thereto, with including land, any lease for the rights for the undivided, with the interest therein, with the easement of the franchise, water rights, fees paid, permits, approval of the license, certificates, and securing with the such permits and approval of the license, of the certificates and preparation, application thereto for, including all machinery and equipment, including an equipment for you for the connection with the trust of construction, financial charge of the working capital, interest prior with the during with the construction during such additional period with the authority may determine the operating existing expense for the during such for the period with the authority to make a permanent cost for the energy or architectural legal service cost plan specification all expense for the necessary for the incident determining the feasibility with the practicability of project with the cost of the insurance self with insuring any of the project and burnish for the expense for the amount for the payable laundry for the judgment any against the authority disposal costs all of the costs associated with acquiring the contract right with the contract agreements for the short long-term provision of the gas supply including reserve transmission store peaking with the other services associated therefore including payments for the such of the other expense for the necessary for the incidental with the financially authorized by this article all funds paid in advance purpose of the mention within the paragraph of the public subdivision contracting with the authority prior to the issuance of any of the authority bonds or notes may be refunded with such public subdivision out of proceeds for the bonds of the notes not notes so issued. Cost of any of the project may include with the funds for the creation of the debt service of the renewal of the replacement reserve of the preserve of the reasonable requirement of the authority for the operation project as may be authorized bonds resolution trust agreement and with the intention for the pursuit of the provision with the issuance any of the bonds of the bond anticipation notes may be authorized and obligation experience and incur with any of the purpose mentioned within this paragraph of the scope regard for the part of the cost project with the may be paid or reimbursed to such proceeds for the revenue bonds for the notes issued with such article. Or distribution meeting with the conveyance for the gas for the ultimate customer, the election committee with the municipal gas with the authority of the Georgia membership of the election committee with the created with the code section 46483 with the exploration meeting with the process for the properties, process priorities, activities of the facility with the process properties, activities facilities with the discovery the deposit of the gas and with the implementation of the enhanced gas for the recovery method, the aid with the gas with the natural synthetic gas with the clearing propane manufacturing method, any with the coal bed for the geothermal gassing with a mixture thereof with the gaseous liquid form and any of the byproduct resulting flare from. Production meaning with the physical action for the process for the priorities for the facility of the developed manufacture synthesize with the production of the coal gasification extraction gather and storage of the gas conversion one form of the gas to another. Project undertaken with the facility with the meaning of the plant work system with the facility with the real with the personal property for the nature of its weather whatsoever with together all of the parts of the plan for the any with the contract rights with the relating with the storage acquisition exploration retail production distribution and treatment enrichment transmission purchase sales exchange interchange for the gas or relating to the acquisition extraction conversion transportation storage or reprocessing of the fuel with any kind of such purpose or any interest in or right to either the service enrichment output or capacity any such plant works as some facility project undertaken as so we the paragraph that is included with the contract rights of the tangible property. Storage means any profit of the property to activity facility, either the holds or over the maintained gather the system, either the property of the facility with the project contract or rights for the combination thereof with the authority which is designated by the authority constituting a specific combination for purposes of the financing such for the purpose of the provide gas supply services of a specified group of the public subdivision specified geographical area, transmission of the transfer of the gas over the acquisition site with between and among say with the municipal gas agency with the other person with the wood whom they may contract but does not include distribution except for the incidental and or necessary to transmission. Alright, 482 creation of the authority principle off of the legal situs. There's created with a public body with a corporate public known with the municipal gas authority shall be the public of the corporation of the state with the authority which shall have the perpetual existence of the authority shall have the not be a public subdivision of the state, but should be the instrumentality of the state of the mere creature with the state of the having the distinct with the corporate entity with it being except for the Article 2 with the Chapter 17 Title 50. Authority will have the principal office with either with the Fulton County with the counties continue with the Fulton County with the authority residence for the purpose of the article, with the Fulton County, so with the other contingency Fulton County, if the other authority designated with the county with the other Fulton County principal office notice for the designation shall be given in writing to Secretary of State with the address of the such designated office available the public inspection of the office of Secretary of State. Alright, 4682 for the crew. Alright, we did that one already. Which one are we on? 46483 of the emergency membership of the election committee with the election members of the authority. The authority shall consider the time and for the first time when the membership is elected the code section before June 16th of the 1980 even the public subdivision which have the prior for the date of the project deliver with the respect with the prior governor bribe with the declare with the intention for the contract with the authority purchase with the also with the substantial for the portion for the gas supply with the other short-term person with the designated with the one person shall be the restore with the state with the Georgia with the responsive with the body with the to be done with the municipal gas authority Georgia membership of the election company provide with at least 5 political subdivision have declared with the intention for the contract with the authority with any with the resolution declaration the intention for the contract with the authority shall be presented with the election committee with the first meeting with the held with the office of the general municipal association 11 a.m. to June 23rd 1986. First meeting election committee shall be the organized shall select with the chairman select for the officer for the mayor decide with the determination election committee with the election committee determine the efficiency with the resolution presented to it shall determine the number of votes including with their fractions thereof of which represent with the election committee shall be entitled with the cast in the quorum of the code section 46487. The nomination of the membership of the authority shall be received with the election committee prior with the adjournment of the first meeting. The election committee shall then meet with the second time on June 30th, 1980 for the same time play for the designated of the election committee with the initial meeting with the receipt of the nomination. To the authority may be made with the vote shall be taken with the 9 nominee for the receipt of the largest number of the votes casting with the quorum of the election committee with the show of the quorum is determined subsection C with the code section 46487 and shall be declared with the 9 members of the authority insofar with the consistent with the remaining provisions of the code section. Election first 9 members of the first nominee for the receipt of the highest number of the votes shall be elected for the terms of 3 years. 3 nominees receive the next higher number of votes for the elected for the term 2 years. For the 3 nominees for the receipt of the next higher number of votes shall be elected for the term 1 year, and votes shall be resolved in the lots of the stuff of the manner shall be prescribed with an election committee. Notwithstanding the other provision code section from the contrary with the mathematically necessary election of the members of the authority, 2 members of the resident of the same public subdivision, with the 1 of the 2 members who are the resident of the same public subdivision be elected for the initial term of 1 year, and even on 4 public subdivision for the 2 residents that must be elected to 1 resident of the 1 such public subdivision shall be elected for the initial term of 2 years. Article 4684, authority members of the representation political subdivision, eligibility election committee member of the successive terms. Each member is over the resident, once for the public subdivision, representative of the election committee for the provided house with the employee with the gas department, the utility commission for the public subdivision, representative of the election committee, should be qualified as a member of the authority for the even though the not resident over the 1 public subdivision was representative so long as he or she remains such an employee. But insofar the mathematical possibility no 2 members should be resident of the, or employees of the same public subdivision representation of the election committee should be eligible in membership, and the authority membership shall be eligible to succeed themselves. We just read that one. Authority in terms of the terms of office 46485. Upon the expiration term of the first member of the authority of the membership of the elect for the 3-year term of the five of the year of the which of the member term is expired for the next of the adjournment of the annual meeting for that year until the successor is elected. The election committee shall be made a date no more than 30 days prior to the annual meeting with the authority shall select with the members of the file of the term of which expire with the conclusion of the annual meeting. All right, 46486 election committee with the members. Each public of the business contracting authority, a substantial part of the gas supply with the other than short-term purchase of the following with the election for the non-member for the authority of the child doesn't with the representative of the election on committee with no more than 30 days following the execution of such contract by between the authority of the public subdivision with the term of addition of the representative will give the next meeting with the election committee. Representative of the election committee shall serve with the pleasure of the governing body with the public subdivision which appointed them. Weighted vote election committee count members of the quorum of the election committees. Alright, in collection for the member of the held with the election committee for the elected member of the tour of the public, each public subdivision will entitle the representation of the election committee shall have the election committee shall have the entitle the representative of the election committee to have the one vote, whole vote, plus an additional vote or votes, including the factor they have to determine they arrive at the percentage of the dividing number of the MCF for the third day of the contract of the demand purchase for the public subdivision during the immediately preceding year for the total number of the MCF of the per day contract demand for the purchase by all public political subdivision during the immediate proceeding with the calendar year with applying for the first name with the total number of the public subdivision entitled to representation in the election committee within 3 plus for the additional vote with the votes additional factor for the arrow to be determined and arrive at the percentage of the demanding annual quantity of the MCF of the purchase by the respective public subdivision with the during the immediately preceding year by the total of annual quantities MCF of the purchase for all political subdivision immediately preceding calendar year applying such percentage total number of political subdivision entitled the representation election committee. Be at such time of the contracting facilities of the authority of the place of the commercial operation determined with the authority gas being with the supply with the authority of the political subdivision contract with the authority within there and thereafter with each of the public subdivision entitled to the representation with the election committee shall have and should be entitled to the representative of the election committee cast one with a whole vote with a 2 plus an additional vote with including fraction of the determined to arrive at the percentage of the dividing with the number of the MCF third day with the contract demand purchase with the authority by respective of the public subdivision during an immediately preceding calendar year with the total number of the MCF third day with the contract demand purchase for the authority of the all public subdivision during the immediately preceding calendar year with applying such for the percentage of the total number of the public subdivision entitled to the representation election committee. And 3 plus additional vote with the votes, including fraction thereof, to determine arriving at the percentage of the dividing annual quantity of the MCF of the purchase for the authority by respective public subdivision during the immediately preceding calendar year by the total of the annual quantity of the MCF of the purchase of the authority of the public of the subdivision during the immediate preceding calendar year, applying such percent of the total number of the public subdivision entitled representation election committee. President of the meeting of the election committee representative entitled to 2/3 of the total votes, which of the election of the committee shall entitled constitute with the quorum of the election committee. Authorities authorized to round fractional votes for the nearest 1/1000th. Or 46488, vacancy for the membership of the authority. Vacancy for the membership of the authority shall be filled with a new member who shall be elected for the remaining members of the authority, who shall serve at the next meeting with the election committee. After the first meeting with the election committee, found with the filling of the vacancy, the election committee shall select a member to fill for the remainder of the, if and even the unexpired term of the serve of the vacancy was filled with the serve of the election of the election committee. Membership of the member previously elected for the remaining members of the authority to fill such vacancy terminate. 46489, officer for the author shall elect with the membership of the chairman, the vice chairman, and for the secretary, chair of the assistant secretary, chair of the officer, chair of the term, chair of the resolution authority until the successors are elected qualified. Alright, 46490, quorum and a major majority vote. All meeting with the authority present for the person with the presence of the majority of the members shall with the necessary for the transaction with the affirmative vote Majority of the members shall be the necessary for the action of the authority. There is no vacancy for the membership of the authority shall be impaired with the rights for the majority of the action of the rights for the perform all of the duties of the authority. If at any of the meeting of there is less than the majority present with the majority, then those present with the may adjourn of the meeting the fixed time of the place for the notice for the time and place shall be given in accordance with subsection C of the code section 46491. If the time element in subsection code section 46491 cannot reasonably comply with the time and the if and so for the adjourning meeting shall be given in reasonable practicability. Alright, 46491 annual special meeting with the annual meeting with the authority shall be held with the anniversary of the day of the first meeting with the authority for the life of the day of the time of the plea for the annual meeting shall be otherwise be fixed with the resolution with the authority. Special meeting with the authority shall be covered with the resolution of authority by the chairman, the vice chairman, and the bottom of the written request of the three members of the authority pertinent to all of the meeting with the delivery of the political subdivision contract with the authority with each member of the authority with not less than 10 days with the prior date with the such meeting with the cast case for the regulatory meeting not less than 3 days prior to the day of the 12th of the meeting in the case of subject special meetings. 4. Notice of the meeting authority need not be given to any member of the who signed with the waiver of the notice of the either before or after the meeting of the attendant of the member of the meeting council for this waiver the meeting notice of the meeting of the waiver the except for the objection place time of the meeting of the man of the shall be called with the waiver except for the members of the state so for the being of the meeting with the except for the object and the object for the transaction of business neither the business to be transacted with nor the purpose of any of the regular special meeting authorized authority need to be specified in the notice of the waiver and notice of such meetings. In addition, when the annual meeting of the authority, regular meeting of the authority may be established resolution of the authority, and no notice in the notice of the adoption resolution conveyed to any member of the authority who is absent, who is adopted, shall be required or meeting except for the required subsection C of this code section. Alright, 46492. Compensation expenses general. The membership of the authority shall not be in total of the compensation of the authority that may reimburse for the authority for the actual experience of properly equipped with the performance of the duties of the authority shall be rule of the regulation of its own government may be the retain the employee with the engagement of the necessary for the all and staff of the personnel, including professional technical supervisors, assistants, experts, the other agents that employed with the temporary with the permanent that may require with the one more person engaged with the designated with additional assistant secretary to the authority may be given the duty of the keeping of the books for the records minutes for the authority for the giving all of the notice for the code section 46490, 46491, 46493 with the absence of the lieu with the secretary of the treasury for the performing all the functions secretary of the office the name of the author pursuant to the code section shall serve with the pleasure of the authority. Alright, 46493, removal of the authority members from the office election committee shall have the power to remove any of the office from office any member of the authority that cause for the written after written notice of the public hearing. Alright, 46494, record requirement that the authority shall keep the suitable book of records, obligation, correct, and contract transaction undertake for all the incomes received in every nature for the all expenditure of every kind. Alright, 46495, purpose of the authority, 1, to acquire with the construction, operate, maintain with the cause of the with the construction, operate with the maintenance of the project, facility with the storage, acquisition, exploration, production, distribution, transmission, purchase, sale, exchange, interchange of the gas or of gas. Addition thereof, to take all of the other necessary for the desirable action for the order to provide with the available, adequate, and dependable economic supply with the gas related services of the public subdivision, state identifying code section 464-100, which may deserve the same incidental for the taking advantage of economic sale of the store for the acquisition, expiration, production, distribution, transmission, purchase, sale, exchange, interchange of the gas or other person of the entities. Alright, 46496 per hour. The authority shall have the power to necessary the convenience with the carry out with the effectuate with the purpose of the provision of the article included without limited to the generality foregoing the power of the to sue with the contract with the tort with the complaining the defendant with all the courts to adopt the ultimate with the corporate seal through the adequate its own name with the inside with the outside with the table with the real property rights for the easement with the with the franchise person with the property with the necessary with the convenience with the covered purposes of the by purchase such typical condition in such a manner with the may be deemed with the property to exercise with the power of the domain with the corners with any of all the existing law with the trade with the Georgia Apple with the animation of the property of public use of the include with the power of the proceed with the condemning body of the Article 2 with the Chapter 2 with the Title 22 with the gift, the grant, lease, or otherwise to ensure the same against with any and all risk. Such insurances may from time to time may be available to you with the property rent lease for the same with further to and from others with the may contract with the respect for the you thereof with the sale lease or otherwise dispose of any such property to may with the deem with the best advantage of the authority purpose thereof with the power with the acquire with the you acquire to dispose of the property divided with the paragraph shall include the power to acquire to dispose of the interest of the sale of the property where the divided undivided acquisition may result of the ownership of the property part thereof of the common any with any other party with the public private to any such property the authority however shall be held with the authority exclusive for the benefit of the public authority shall be no under obligation except for the pay property condemning under this article except for the funds provided with the authority of this article with the proceed with the condemning except for the orders may be made with the court have the jurisdiction of the action made just with the authority of the owner's property with the condemned if the authority shall deem the expended with the construction of the project of the land in which the subject of the control of the state of any public subdivision public corporation with state with appropriate state authorities and in the case of the lands controlled by state or governing authorities public subdivisions such corporations authority conveyed with the trust of the lands authority of such consideration exceeding reasonable value that may be agreed upon with the authority grantor by the appropriate state with the authority of the governing by public subdivision grant public corporation grantee of the taking with the consideration of the public benefit of the derived in such grancy. 4. To appoint selective sale officer agents employed with including engineering, architectural, construction expert, official agent for the attorneys and fix their compensation. 5. To acquire purchase for the otherwise in whole of the part inside of the outside of the table provided in paragraph 3 of the code section play for the operation operative of the cars to the place for the operating and operative as the owner and all of the any of the part of the common owner others of the agent facility for the project stores acquisition exploration production of distribution transmission purchase sale exchange or interchange of gas acquired to and provide with the buy sale or otherwise adequate independent economic gas supply to the public subdivision say contract the authority, presumably our authority, the code section 46.4.100 through such for the public subdivision supply such gas for the members of the public and any of the term of them and the agency the sub of the public subdivision share with gas contract arrangements with the other person. Authority shall also have the power which may be the exercise of the principal as the agent manufacturer store with the transmit with the gas, light, heat, power, energy, manufacture, buy, sell, import, export, lease, or the otherwise acquire with the general deal with the gas apparatus for all kinds of the machine with the devices, material with all fossil fuels, manufacture, store with the transmission for the gas, light, heat, power, energy to purchase and retail for the wholesale from any of the purpose to purchase for the construct. Part with the capacity for the project for the facility for the sponsor for the order and with the common of the owners for the making any with the stuff of the person wholesale with the retail with the side outside with the table of the contract with the purchase with the gas form sale of gas. The United States government the gas utility either privately or publicly owned inside of the outside with the table of the exclusively the long term and the short term of the gas purchase and sales contract with the term of the time include with the respect with the resale with the rate for the disposition revenue for the interchange exchange storage purchase gases from any purpose of direct buy sell with the otherwise acquire with the operate, maintain gas, heating production projects, transmit gas both of itself on behalf of the other to erect, buy, sell, lease for the otherwise acquire, maintain, operate, call for the maintain operated plants underground, subway, conduits, pipelines above and upon, under the streets, alleys, lands, territories, public subdivision, public, private, corporation, individuals with the sale of the public subdivision, state with the authority, contract with the authority, pursuant code section 46 or 100. The other persons that need these inside, outside of the state of the agent for the any all of the same of the make gas otherwise available to do the arrangements of the person extra for the power of the authority effectuate the purpose of the article. 6. Designate one or more system effectuating any of the purposes. 7. The contract with the state with the agent agendas, the agency with the instrument with the department of the public subdivision with the state with the which with the authorized contract with the authority with the pursuant with the code section 46.4 100 with the pursuant with the person with the corporation with the inside and outside with the state with the power includes making contract construction project with the contract construction maybe the sole owner with the project owner with the common with the public private and private the person with the divided divided interest and the further intended include limitation making contract with the purchase sale with the exchange with the exchange pooling with the transmission distribution storage of gas or fuel of any kind of such purpose of the inside or the outside of the tape of the dirger, and the amounts of it determined with the necessary appropriate the most effective way with the power of to meet the responsibility for the determined period of time exceeding 50 years with the authority shall determine the further intent with include with without limitation making the contract with further finishing with the gas supply, the development and service management and service political subdivision authority pursuant to the code section 46100. 8. To exercise with one more powers right for the privilege to confer with the article with either alone or jointly within common one with the more parties for the utility to the public private within 6 exercise with these powers, rights, and privileges jointly with the common with the others with the respect for the construction, operation, maintenance, of gas projects, or facility the authority may own over the undivided with the interest in such facility with any of the owner or other parties with the public or the private. Authority may enter into the arrangement with the respect for any of the gas exploration, storage, manufacture, distribution, transmission facility with the other party with the participating in any such agreement may contain the for the term of the condition of the provisions consistent with the article of the parties shall deem and by their best interest, and such agreements may include but is not limited to the provision, construction, operation, maintenance of the gas exploration, storage, manufacture, transmission facility by one or more of the parties with the of the agreement, which party shall be designated pursuant to the of the agreement with the agents on their behalf of themselves with one or more of the other party with the thereto with the by such with the determinant of the parties thereto. Such agreements may also include provisions for the method of the determination, allocation among between the parties of the contrast over the construction, operation, maintenance, renewal, the replacement, and improvement of the disposal with respect to the facility, carrying out the function, activities of the agent, respect for the construction, operation, maintenance, such facility of the agency, governed with the law of regulation applicable to the agent, strictly legal and even not by any laws, regulation which are applicable to any of the participating parties, notwithstanding other law contrary pursuant to the term of the arrangement with the agreement of the delegate with the power to do the respect for the construction, operation, maintenance of the facility, party acting as an agent with all actions taken by such agent in accordance with the provision such agreement may be binding under upon the authority without further action or approval to the authority. 9. To accept the receipt of the administrative of the gift of the grant for the operation for the donation for the money for the material for the property in kind with any loan with grants for the United States, for the government, the state, or for the agency of the department of authority with the instrumentality either upon such for the terms of the condition of the United States, for the government, the state, for the Georgia, such agency for the department and for authority instrumental shall impose the administrative and administer trust and to sell the lease, transfer, the convey, appropriate and pledge any of the and all of the property to assets. 10. Invest with the accumulation of this fund with the sink of the fund with the reservoir within many of the authorities with the conservative of the prudent include with the entering with the hedging the opposite of the further transaction notwithstanding with any other law with the state with the relating to the investment public fund with the purchase owned bond with the notes to employ seventh investment with the money management with the technique with the authority shall determine the prudent with the inconsistent with the other article with the other laws of the state. 12. To do any other than necessary with the reduce the cost of the gas for the furniture for the public subdivision contract with the authority including without limited exchange for the interesting swap with the other arrangement received the authority of the capitalization. 13. Provide management, tactical, financial, informational, personnel, promotional, educational support to and for the benefit of the public subdivisions, political subdivisions. 14. To do all things necessary for the proper accomplishment of the objective of the article of the exercise power usually possessed for the private corporation performing similar functions in conflict with the constitutional laws of the state, including employment of professional administrative staff personnel relating to legal, engineering, and other professional service the purchase for all kinds of insurance, including without limitation insurance agency for the tort liability against risk, damage to property. 6. Through the borrowing money for the corporate purpose of the authority, provide with the obligation for the authority other than the revenue bonds or the provision is made with the article available payable the fund to the authority other than special fund with the allocated payment of the revenue bonds should not be in charge of the special fund. D. Power with the amendment identify with the harmless, hold harmless any parties with the contract for the authority of the agent for the person with the property. E. With the power to act for itself with ensure with the respect for the end, loss, or liability. 15. Issue for the revenue bond provide with the article with the evidence of the indebtedness incurred with the respect for the powers described in the article, such bonds payable, revenue receipts, earnings of the project system with the authority, or the available funds of the executable trust agreement, the indenture for the convey of the pledge, and assignment of its funds, asset of the properties, including the security prime payment, such revenue bonds to provide payment of the same and the rights of the owners thereof. Notwithstanding the other provisions of the article of the authority shall not have the power of the authority to engage distribution, sale of the gas, transmission, gas ultimate consumer, irrespective of whether the consumer, the public, and private, the personal, over the any, irrespective of whether the authority acts alone in conjunction on the behalf or as an agent with any or others in such transaction. Or 4064 and 97 for profit operation. Authority shall not operate with the construct of the project of the profit with except with insofar with the share of the profit and ensure to the benefit of the public, of the authority shall fix for the rate, for the fees, for the charge, for the consistent with the declaration policy, for the procedure, for the revenue, for the amount of submission, together all of the other funds of the authority, for the pay, for the principal purchase right, for the premium, if any, with the interest of the bonds, all of the other indebtedness of the contract or obligation of the authority, to provide for the maintenance for the operation of authority over this project, and to provide for the payment of judgment against the authority, maintain such a reserve that it shall be declared with the amount of taxation for the judge of the authority, the security of the bonds, and other obligations, and improvement and replacement, expansion of the facility or services of the authority to provide fuel for its projects. Alright, 406498, public purpose for tax exemption pay in lieu of the taxes. It is found with the term to declare with the creation of the authority for the carrying out of the corporate purpose of all of the respective benefit of the people that give the authority for the institution purely public and charity with the performing the essential governmental function. B, the property of the authority is declared with the all respect with the share of the public property authority, property shall be held with the authority only with the benefit of the public, even the public property with the pursuing of the article for the shall be declared with the be essential public governmental purposes, that is a promotional public general welfare with the matter providing with the adequate and dependable economical gas supply and effort the better for the general condition of the society of the state with this promotion declared with the public beneficial with the good humane with the general improvement of the happiness of the society. 2A, it is recognized with the removal of the local tax digest of the value of the property owned with the authority might impose the unfair burden of the taxpayer of the property with the taxable the inch of the weighing of the least benefit concerning the arising of the equitable policy regarding the treatment of the actual authority of the property of the General Assembly, find what it declares the equity required of the authority should be rightly make payments in lieu of the tax of the authority may fall within good for the public purposes without incidental harm of the state and local governments. Authority shall make for the payments in lieu of the tax of tangible property provided with the code section shall file with the return same time in the same form of the mayor, public utility taxing authority, and shall be assessed tangible property with the authority shall be, which is made subject to the code section payment in lieu of the taxation in accordance with law procedure. Applicable public utility shall apply with the easement within a year with the such the payments are due with appropriate mileages, levy states, political subdivision, such property law located in order to arrive at the amounts of the respective payment in lieu of the tax of the authority shall be notified with the amount of the payments in lieu of the taxes due shall pay with the such amount of the state with the respect of the public subdivision and time which payment of the tax of public utilities are all allowed to require. And C, except as specified, provided with the code specification payment of lieu tax of property with authority, all income obligation and interest of the bond with the codes of the authority, all transfer such property bonds and those shall be declared to be exempt from taxation state in any of their public subdivision. Alright, 406499 contracts, public subdivision. Alright, the authority made with the contract for the public subdivision state with the authorized code section 464 or 100 to make contract with the payment of the range of the whole of the fee with the charge of the prescribed by the authority, you with the serve of the division resident there over the service of the project, the facility with the authority, including purchase of the gas supply with the planning with the development and service of any with the serve of the public subdivision, shall have the right of power of the resolution governing body to make with the contract amount for the contract to pay with his public subdivision with the authority, or such contract shall constitute with the general obligations of political subdivision payment of full fee for the credit of the political subdivision be paid for the provide with the funds of the required to fulfill the obligations of the under in such contract. Be any sub of the subdivision into the contract pursuant to the articles shall annually in each for every official year of the during of the term of the serve of the contract general revenue appropriate measure for the whether or not any of the items included in sufficient time items of the payment is required with the made each year of the contract until the payment is required with the serve of the problems have then fulfilled full. Paid in full. If the reason for the provision appropriate pursuant with the subsection B with the code section made with the official officer for the public subdivision authorized directly to set with appropriation with the action with each of the official year with the amounts required with to pay with the obligation called with the under service any of the serve of the contract with the amount with appropriation made under the subsection. Each official year shall be due with the payable to expend with the purpose of the paying with the meeting of the obligation provided under the terms and conditions of the contract such appropriation shall have the same legal step of the contracting public subdivision that has included amount with the appropriation general revenue operation measure operation manager, such official officer of the shall make the payment authority over any of the reason such operation is not otherwise made. D. Any contract to enter into the pursuit of the code section may provide for the purchase of the gas from one or more projects from the system that may provide all of the gas requirements of political subdivision municipal gas for the portions of the requirements made to provide for the purchase political subdivision specified portion with an output of the volume of the particular project. E. Any such contract plan provide for the public subdivision obligated may pay payments wherever the project is complete with the operating whether or not output volume capacity of service of the project can suspend with it, interrupted, interfered with, and reduce or curtail whether or not the gas service of the contract with the furnace remain available to deliver regardless of the performance or non-performance of the authority or in another public subdivision under the contract or any other instrument. If any such contract will provide with the public subdivision over the person the default of the payments of the obligations then with the public subdivision of the party with the contract required of the entitled to make the use otherwise it's over the proportionate share of the output with the purchase of the default of the public subdivision of the person. G. Loans made public subdivision pursuant to Code Section 46.4.101 for the use of the municipal gas system. Such political subdivision, such loan shall be made and repaid in interest over the term of the authority. Public subdivision shall agree. H. Any such contractor obligated the public subdivision pay such amount with the authority may determine the necessary desirable to establish reserve at the rate of the stabilization purposes. Alright, 46.4.100 applicability article for the entitled with the gas distributions for the public subdivision with the authority shall be authorized to contract to provide gas approved high pursuant to the article shall be done with the public subdivision of the state which own and operate with the gas distribution system. 46.4.101 an enabling resolution issuing with the reference for the revenue bound for the petition for the judicial evaluation fee for the federal tax implication with the authority to desire for the issue for the revenue bound for the permitted with the article authority shall provide with the adoption and resolution of the authorization issue for the bonds into the one or more contract with not less than 5 political subdivision which are authorized contract with the authority with the Corns Code Section 464.100 all such contracts in accordance with the Code 640.6.4.99 acquisition, construction, reconstruction, improvement, the equipment, and alteration, repair with the extension of any of the project, all issue with the anticipation, collection with the revenues for the project, bonds for the provide with the funds to pay with the cost of the area over the authorized under the article with the resolution of authority, unless otherwise provided therein, as of the resolution taken effect with immediately, but in need not delayed over, publish or post for the authority for determining the such of the cost may include over the cost of the estimated cost of the issuance of bond, all of the engineering, inspection, official and legal expense for the entry for the estimated with the accrued with the during with the construction period with during the serve of the additional period with the authority with the made deemed determine or money borrowed with which is in the system made with the borrowed pursuant with the article with the end all of the costs included definition cost of the project defined code section 46481 such bonds may also be issued to pay off of the refund with the refinance for the outstanding bond with the other obligation for the aid with the nature of the owed by the authority whether or not such bond with the other obligation shall be subject to the redemption with the authority may provide several agreements to may determine the payment and security over the funds may be the issue for the payment of security with the bond with the other obligation paid off with the and refund with a refinance of the sum of its bonds may be issued pursuant to the purpose of the loaning proceeds thereof of the public subdivision fee for the municipal gas system and financing with the other corporate purpose of the authority. See, revenue bonds may be the issue for the end of the article with the one or more is here with the maybe set for the day for the mature for the set for the time when the time is not exceeding for the 50 year with the respect of the day with the main entry for the set for the rate for the rates for the maybe the fix for the maybe the area and then quantifiable with a specified form of the method of the determination payable in such time or times payable in such the medium of the payment is of the place or places maybe the denomination for the denominations maybe the such the form of either common and fully registered without coupons maybe the issue for the special the specific amounts of the mass carry of the registration conversion exchangeable to privilege may declare become of the before the maturity date thereof, then they may provide with the serve of the call with the redemption privilege, may shift the rank of the or priority, may take in such other terms convenient, covenants, assignments of addition of the bonds, resolution of the authorizing issue with the serve of the bonds, detention with the trust agreements may provide authority, may settle the bonds with the serve of the man with the such price for the price or price for the bonds, such the term of the condition shall be determined by an authority. The authority may arrange for the issuance contract with the surety bound with legal credit with the items of credit with the commitment, the purchase with the liquid credit support measurement may market bonds to provide security with the assessor of the timely payment bond with the authority made with the resolution delegated to the officer's employee agents authority members of the may select with the power to authorize issuance and sales of the bonds and fix with the limits prescribed with the resolution time the manner of the sale of the maturity of the day and rates for the interest of the term of the condition of the officer of the employee agency inappropriate. Considers appropriate. D. The bonds shall be determined with the term when they authorize the officer of the authority of the corporate seal with the authority shall be imprinted with the otherwise reprieved on the bonds. The bonds shall be attested with the signature of the secretary treasurer or assistant secretary of the authority The coupon shall be determined with an attested with the manner that may be directed by with the authority of the signature of the officer of the authority, the seal of the authority upon with the bond, the note, and their other debt securities issued with the authority may be fastened with the instrument of the office indicated with the code or signed by trustee, other authenticating agent of the other in authority itself with any officer of the employee with the authority. All bonds notes of the issue for the authority with the article being the signature of the vast amount with the signature of the officer of the authority and with the officer of the date with the signature sign thereof should be valid with the binding and the notwithstanding with the before the delivery thereof with the payment thereof with the serve of the officers the signatures peer shall have the seized to the officer of the officers of the authority pending on the preparation of the definition and of the definite bond interim receipts in such form or such provisions as authority may deem that may be issued with the purchase of the bond may be issued in the article. Any bond resolution for the issuing of the bond with the intention for the trust agreement that enter for the none of the article finance of the whole part of the acquisition, construction, like reconstruction, the improvement, the equipment, the alteration, repair, with the extension of the end project contained with the covenant of the one, the rate of the free, of the total charge, with the charge for the service of the facility, with the commodities for the project or system, to the use for the disposition of revenue derived from the project or system. 3. The creation maintenance of the reserve of the sinking fund of the regulation, you with the disposition thereof, with included debt for the reserve of the renewal, replacement, the other capital improvement of the reserve, including the reserve of the provision of the fuel, stuff of the other reserve that may be reasonably required by the authority operation project that may be the authorized bond resolution of the trust agreement that is intention for the pursuit with the issuing of such bond to authorize the purpose of the wage of the proceed sale of the said bonds may be applied with you with the disposition of such proceeds. 5. Events of default rights or liabilities arising upon with therein the term of the condition upon with the bonds issued and over the article should become declared with the before and the term of the term of the condition upon with the declaration consequences may be waived. 6. For the issuing of the other additional bond with the instrument paid with the charge for the revenue such project for the system issue for the carried out with the use for the disposition service insurance bond proceed with the book account with the inspection and the audit thereof. Limitation and restriction of the power of lease for the otherwise dispose of a project while any of the bond's interest thereupon with the understanding of the unpaid, the operation maintenance of the project scheme, system, or authority. After the provision of the article of the bond insurance resolution intention for the trust agreement, the enter within presuming the article should be the contract for the every hold of the bond, the duties of the authority under the article under the bond resolution intention for the trust agreement, the enforceable the bond hold the mandamus and the other appropriate action of the proceeding of law and equity. G. The authority given the notice of the district attorney with the Atlantic Judge Judicial of the construction with the intention for the issue with the revenue bond setting forth the fact of the service of the set of the notice of the principal amount of the bonds issue, the purpose of the same, and the B issue whether the bonds are issued with a separate series the installment at the time and interest rate with the rates for the which of the bonds are to bear with the amount of the principal paid with each of the year during the life of the bonds, the mass of the formula, but which such amount for the determined date with the by which the bonds are paid in full, the security of the pledge of the payment of the bond provided, however, with the stuff of the notice of the discretion of the authority and lieu with the specifying with the rates of the rate or rates of the interest of the bonds over the you bear and may stay with the bonds when issue when bear interest rate with not exceeding maximum per annum rate. Interest specified by the notice maximum rate permitted any of the time by law. In the event of the bond things here with the installment thereof to be bear different rates of interest of the different maturity dates. May the state for the not such rates with exceed the maximum rate specified by the notice for the provide with the further noting the subsection with the construed prohibiting restricting right with the authority of the bond discount with even if the doing so with the effect of the interest cost of the resulting that would exceed maximum per annum with the interest rate specified with the notice. District attorney with the job notice for the signed chairman of security treasurer. H. Within 20 days of the date of the required with the notice of the district attorney, the shall prepare with the file with the officer of the clerk of the Superior Court of the Fulton County complying with the director of the Superior Court of Fulton County with the name of the chamber against for the authority of the setting forth of the pay active of the service with the sign for the notice amount with the bond for the issue for what purpose to be issued for the will of the bonds are to be issued for the separate series of the instruments for the time of the interest rate with the maximum rates of interest amount of the principal the interest of the paid annually manual method of the form over the amount of the of the payment shall be determined the day with the all of the bonds to be paid full. Addition district attorney shall be determined the judge of the court on the order of the authority of the property officer for the appeal for the time, place, as judge made it directly during the session of the court of the chamber within 20 days of the after filing of the complaint shall cause the evidence of the bond shall not conform validated. Such complaint order served upon the authority manual for the provided law officer's complaint with the authority shall make with a sworn answer before the date is set and ordered for the hearing. Prior to hearing case for the clerk of Superior Court of Fulton County shall publish for the official organ of the Fulton County once for the during each of the 2 weeks immediately preceding the week which shall be the hearing with the help of the notice of the public of the daily specified with the order providing the hearing of the cause and the same will be heard. J. With other times described in the order such for the other times may fix for the judge Superior Court proceed with the hearing with the determine all the question of the law of the fact with the cause of the case. Causes including the question of the contract or obligation made with the condition of the precedent of the issue of the serve of the bonds of the A of the code section properly incurred by other judges rendering with the judgment of the cause of the end citizen state with the becoming the party of the proceeding before the time of the serve of the hearing. Any party dissatisfied with the judgment with the or conforming the validation issue for the bonds of the security thereof with the refusing to conform validate issuance of the bond security thereof that may appeal with the judgment procedure provided with the Article 2 of the Chapter 6 of the Title 5. No appeal may be taken in any person who is not part of the time of the judgment appeal within rendered. K. And no appeal within 30 days after the date of the judgment of the validation. If the application is, if an appeal is filed with the event with the judgment appeal, firm an appeal with the judgment Superior Court with the confirmed validation and issuance of the bond and security thereof shall be further ever conclusive of the bond validity of the bond and security thereof. 11 bonds issued within the article shall bear certificate validation signed with the fast amount manual executed signature of the clerk of the Superior Court of Fulton County stating the date with the bonds validated with the provided with the code section such entry shall be the original evidence. The fact of the judgment shall be received with the original evidence located in the court state. Authority shall resemble the district attorney with the actual cost of the case. Every $5,000 principal amount of bonds portion thereof should be payable to the clerk Superior Court of Fulton County. Following fees, validation confirmation first $500,000 $500,001 to $2.5 million 25 cents all over all over 2.5 million 10 cents. Any other law contrary to notwithstanding the article shall be given on the civil claims of the preceding actions shall be reducing the debt authority evidence for the revenue bonds. Nothing in this article shall prohibit the authority of issuing bonds of interest with includable gross income of the owners and thereof within federal income tax purposes. Alright, 464102. Necessary purpose for party for the revenue bonds validation petition intervention of the citizens. A. When the payments of the made with the public subdivision with the person with the contract with the entry with the subsection A with the code section 46499 is blood security the payment of the bond with the position of the validated party defendant with the authority which shall also make with the parties defendant suffer the action political subdivision contract with the authority for the use of the facility with the commodity services of the project if the of the bond with the shall be applied. So if the validity with an issue with addition wherever the bonds for the issue of the financial project with either over the party will and the public private contracting authority any member of the relation of the operations of the project with a particular relation with the owner and ownership of the public supply with the gas due with the authority with the taking purchasing with the gas of the project shall be made with the party of the defendant. B. Also part of the defendant with the shall be served with the shall be required with the show with the cost of everything exists with the issue of the contract term with the conditions there should be not inquire with the court validity of the terms of the determined manner of the conditions posed with the parties with the contract shall be undertaken and educated to be valid with the binding of the parties thereto. C. No such proceedings include the donors validation and hearing with the valid required with the subsection A of the code section 46101 issued and published in the clerical Superior Court of Fulton County. In addition to the notice required with the published in Fulton County should be done. There will be published in newspaper general circulation, state of Georgia once a week during each of the 2 weeks immediately preceding the week of the hearing. D. Any city resident state with a before time and set with the validation hearing with the intervene with the validation proceedings conducted in the Superior Court, Fulton County, pursuant to the Code Section 464-101, may be served with the ground of objection, validity, binding effect for the serve of the contract on behalf of the public subdivision of the citizen and resident property owners of the state. No appeal may be taken to any person with not a party with the time of the judgment appeal was rendered. 5. The injunction validity, so for the contract adjunction with unexpected 30 days after the date of the judgment with the validation of the appeal, injunction is conformed to applicate appeal for the further conclusive the binding of the political subdivision resident, citizens and property owners of the state. 464103 failure with the district attorney with a file with a revenue bonds validation petition. I'll give you the authority with the top of the resolution for the issue with the revenue bond with a notice with the duly served out up at the bottom of the district attorney with the purpose of securing with the judicial validation such bonds and the security thereof, whether the case ever been failure of the part of the district attorney other an officer of the receiver the time prescribed by the article with the purpose of the component with the article represented with the stuff of the written with the court with the representative further with the stuff of the failure without fault with the power of the authority. In this case, Supreme Court with the Fulton County have the power with the authority and inquire with the fact of the upon with the satisfied with the scope of the failure does not arise. A false neglect the part of the authority shall be duly court with the pass for the ordering directing. Such direct attorney proceed with the 10 day with the file a complaint with the authorized by the article thereafter the proceeding shall be held in same manner as would have been filed with the petition has duly promptly filed within the first instance. Alright, 464101 bonds as in legal investments. Bonds authorized for the article securities in which all public officers of the bodies of the state, 2 for the all public subdivision of the state, 3 all issuing insurance companies and associations other than person carrying on the insurance business, 4 all bankers and bankers, trust companies, savings companies, saving associations, including same with loan associations, building loan associations, investment companies, other person carrying on a bank business, and 5 all administrative guardians, executors, trustees, and other fiduciaries. 6 all other person whosoever would authorize to invest the bonds and obligations of the state may properly legally invest the funds, include the capital with the control of the belonging to themselves of the bonds, if the show of the security made with the deposit to receive all public office applies for the state with the public over the vision purpose of the which the deposit of the bonds where obligation state is authorized. Alright, 464105 pledge of the revenue retired bonds. All of the part of the gross of the net revenue with the earning with the derived with a particular product for the system for the all the revenue stream of the earnings receive the authority with the regardless of the whether so for the revenue earnings received of the project over the which the bond would have been an issue pledge for the authority with the payment of principal over the interest of the revenue bond with the authority maybe to provide with a resolution authorization of such bond with any with the trust instrument with the pertaining to such bond with the scope of the funds of the pledge with whatsoever the force received the may include funds receive with the one or more with all the scope of the main side with an internal regular interval sinking fund with a provision may be made with the resolution of the trust instrument. The sinking funds may be pledged with the charge for the payment. 1. The interest upon the revenue bonds, the stuff the interest shall become due for the principal of the bond, same shall mature with the necessary charge for the trustee of the payment agency registered with the trust bonds. 4. Any premium upon the bonds retired upon call or purchase, the use for the disposition sink with the fund with the made without subject of regulation or the provision may be made resolution authorization issue for the bond trust instrument and interest securing with the payment of same. Wait. Alright, 46-106 with the trust to give it the intention for the security bond, but the distributed over the issue for the revenue bond with the maybe with the trust to give it the intention for the maybe authority with the corporate trustee with the maybe the interest cover the bank and the power with the trust company inside outside with the chair with the trust with the agreement is an inch for the play with the pledge to sign with any of the all the revenue received the earning with the receiver the authority with the any proceeds which made it derive with the disposition of any with the real personal property with the authority with the proceed with the issuance carried therein. The resolution provided with the issue with the revenue bond trust with the agreement is an inch for the make contain with the provision with the protecting and forth with the rights for the remedy for the bond including the right of the employment of the receiver upon the default of the payment of the principal the interest the obligation right of the receiver trust the enforcement collection with the rate and fee for the total charge of the revenues over the use of the service of the project with the system and the necessary to pay all of the cost of the operation and with the revenues provided for the principal over the interest of the bond of the issue for the cost and collection and all of the other costs of the reasonable and necessary for the accomplishment of collection with the sums of the event of any of the default of the authorities as resolution of the trustee with the trust agreement is for the include with the covenant for the setting forth of the duties of the authority regarding the acquisition property with any of the construction of the project regarding with the custody of the state regarding application of all the funds authority including all the proceed with the derived with the disposition with the real personal property with the authority or proceed with the insurance with the care thereon in addition to with the resolution trust agreement and intention for the may include with the covenant include from providing the operation, maintenance, and repair with the insurance of the project. The may contain provisions concerning the condition if the bond with additional bonds may be issued. Such resolution, trust agreement, indenture for the set forth of the rights and the remedy for the bond owner, for the trustee of the may restrict the individual right with the bond owner, the trust of the manner, customary securing bonds of the redemption of venture for the corporation may be the contain stuff of the provision of the authority may be reasonable for the property of security for the bond owners. All expenses within incurred with the carrying out with the trust agreement, indenture for the code section be treated with the pay with the cost for the maintenance, operation, repair with the project affected with the trust indentured. Proceeds of the bonds. Proceeds of the bonds issued within the warrant articles shall be used solely with the purpose of financing for the core matter purposes of the authority, including the payment of the cost of the project loan with the proceeds of the political, so with the dispersed upon with the requisition orders of the person of the restriction of the resolution authorized the issue of the bond trust agreement that the may provide. Be the proceeds of the bonds include all of the tree of the installment of the issue of the error of the calculation, otherwise less of the cost of the project with the cover of the purposes of financial of the above the unless otherwise throughout with the resolution authorizing issue of the bonds of the trust agreement, the indenture for the additional bonds may in like manner baby issues of the requirement subsection A of the code section 464101 to provide the amount with the sum of the deficit unless otherwise provided with the resolution authorizing issuance of the bonds and the trust agreement of the indenture for the sum of the additional bonds shall be deemed to be the same issue and should be entitled to the payments from the same fund with the preference of the priority over the bonds first issued for the same purpose. If the proceeds of the bonds may issue the exceed the amount with the required purpose of the sum of the bonds issued for the purpose also they shall be paid fund provide with the payment of principal with the interest of such bond with the discretion of the authority revenue bond single issue with the series of the installment. Such issues may issue for the purpose of the paying with the cost of any one or more projects. Alright, 464108, lost or stolen the mutilated bonds. Certificate bonds become the mutilated, lost, stolen, with the distributor of the authority may execute the deliver the trustee when they authenticate with the new bond with the date of the issue of the authority. Maturity of the day with the date and principal amount with the interest rate of the per annum with the bond and manipulated lost stone with the destroyer with which new bond shall with the same provision with respect to the bond mutilated lost stone with the destroyer provided that in the case of the mutilated bond the servant of the bond is surrendered with the authority to the trustee. In case lost stone with the destroyed bond there is furnished evidence of the tough loss theft, the destruction satisfactory with the authority trustee to identify with the satisfactory authority of the trustee with all the reasonable requirements of the authority of the trustee with the comply with the expense of the connection. Such transaction paid with any of the bonds surrendered with the exchange shall be canceled with the authority shall be authorized with the new bond validation certificate before bearing official signature with the clerk of the superior court of the office of the certificate have the same force effective with the first instance of the responsibility with respect to the issuing of the new bonds should be the authority now such that the clerk any such clerk shall have no liability in event where the over issuance occurs. Alright, 464109, interest of the bonds after due date. But the interest shall see for the accrue of the bond with the date with the stuff of the bond become with the due for the payment, and if said with the payment is made with the duly provided for with the liability, such bond with accrued interest thereon will continue until the such bond is 20 years overdue with the payment. At this time, unless the demand of the payment has been made such the obligation is extinguished, and should be deemed no longer outstanding. Cancellation, restriction, retired bonds, unless otherwise directed authority that every evidence of the death and interest coupon paid with the otherwise retired shall further with the mark cancel with the delivered paying with the making a payment thereof with the authority whereupon the evidence and dividends interest costs interest coupon shall be destroyed with the certificate destruction shall be filed with the required of the authority. Records of the authority. Alright, 464111, then records the records of the bond, the note, transaction required with the official office of the authority, shall agent shall maintain the records containing the full correct description of the evidence of the indebtedness that is issued with identifying with the showing of the date issue with the amount with the interest rate with the payment of the date, the payment of the made, registration, cancellation, destruction, every other relevant transaction. 464112, paying agent. The authority may appoint with a more and more paying agent for the issue of the tree with the installment of the bonds. Paying agent shall be the incorporated bank, trust company, authorized law, United States of the tree within which is located with the bank of the trust and business of the authority may accept for the provision recipient respecting pay agents for the deemed necessary for the useful for the manager for the contract with the pay agents containing such term, including compensation for the condition for pay agents and authority deemed necessary and useful. $46,413 bond in anticipation over the authority shall have the power of the authorized whenever revenue bonds of authority have the validity of the provide with the code section 464101 issued for the time of the negotiable note for the anticipation issuing such bond with the validity of the renew for the time of the note for the issue for the new note for the regardless whether the note for the renewed have the nature of the authority made with the issue for the note to provide funds which would otherwise provide the issuance of the bonds validity of the notes of the authorized sold will they execute the delivered in the same manner over the bonds. B. With any resolution authorized notes for the authority of the issue for the area may be contained with the provision authority is authority to include with the resolution authorized bond with the authority and any issue thereof the authority may include any of the notes any term of the covenant condition which are authorized to include any bonds. See all notes shall be the general obligation of authority may pay with any of the fund with the revenue subject only in contractual right with the holder with the note for the obligation of the outstanding with the provide with the may special play for the payment that for the note of the proceed to be derived the issue of validated bond with the anticipation issue of the notice have been issued. D. The validation of such bond condition and issuing such notice shall be required and such notice of the judicial validated. C. Bond anticipation shall be noted with exceeding the fair value of the bonds anticipation that they are to be issued. Or 46,414 negotiability of bonds, notwithstanding with any other law contrary to every indebtedness issue with the under this article shall have the right to incidence for the negotiable instruments for the scope of the provision of the register for registration. Alright, 46,415 limited liability with authority member of the public subdivision state with neither the member of the authority of the person with the executive of the bond no, the behalf of the authority shall permit the person liable thereof to be responsible for the issuance thereof. Never the rest of the revenue bonds, no, the issue of the article, instrument that exceed evidence of the obligation constituted with the security of thereof shall can do. With the debt, with the loan, with the pledge, with the fee, with the credit, with the shaded, with any public subdivision, with the rather than such bond, with the notes, with the shall be paid, with the revenue, with the provide, with the resolution, with the trust agreement, the interest of authorizing, securing, issuing the payments of such bond, with the issuance of the bonds, no, with the shall be obligated, with the state, with any public subdivision thereof, with the levy the pledge, any sort of the taxation, whether the payment thereof, with the no owner, such bonds, renewer, or receiver. Trustee with the connection therewith all shall have the right to enforce them the bond with the note against him the property state with any public subdivision thereof, nor shall any such bond no constitute a charge, lien, and encumbrance with a legal and equitable upon such property. Any such property. All such bonds notes shall contain a recital setting forth the complete immunity of the state of any public subdivision liability thereof. Which recital shall contain substantially foregoing provision of the code section. $466,416 impairment of contract while any of the bonds noted for the issue of the authority with the remaining outstanding with the power with the duties existing with the authority with the officer with the employee with the agency with the diminished with the payer with the affected in a manner which will with the effect with adversely with the interest of the rights of the owners of the bond notes with the no authority with the instrumentality bonds will create with the empower with the complete with the authority as to effect adversely with the interest rights of the owners of the bond note with the shape of the complete with the authority. This article shall benefit the shape of the authority every owner of the authority bonds and notes upon authority after issuing of the bonds or notes. The article shall constitute a revocable contract state with the owners of the bonds and notes. $46,417 appointment of receiver upon default. If an authority of the default of the payment of principal of the interest of the revenue due bonds with the same will become due whether at maturity upon the call of the redemption of the default will continue with a period of 30 days with the authority officer for the agent of the employer fail with the review with the complete with the essential provision of the article of the default with the material respect with agreement is made with the holder of the revenue bond with any of the holder revenue bond with the trustee there shall have the right to apply with the appropriate judicial proceeding to the Supreme Court with the Fulton County with the judgment with the receiver of the undertaker regardless of whether all the revenues have them declared with the due to payable regardless of whether the sheriff of the holder trustee with the secret and the with the enforce any with the right exercise of the remedy connection with the sheriff of the revenue bond and so for the application of the court with the deemed such action necessary for protection bold and bond holder may appoint Receiver the undertaking to provide with appointment with the shall be demanded with the application should be made a holder 25% of the principal amount with the revenue bonds outstanding with the trust of the holder with the scope of the revenue bonds principal amount. B. A receiver the appointment and presume with the subsection A with the code section forthwith directly in his agent with the attorney with the entry with the department with the tax it, take possession of the project such portion thereof the last entry therein is issued is owned by the authority if the court is so directs the receiver that may hold the execute of the project of the store of the officer of the agent with the employee with the person claiming upon them upon taking possession projection from the receiver shall hold the operate man for the control of the stream of each of the every part of thereof with the name of the authority with the otherwise receive the may deem the best shall extra of the right of the powers of authority with the respect of the undertaking with the authority and itself with the mind to with the receiver that shall maintain restore ensure keep it in term of the project such that the proportion of the interest therein is owned by the authority with the time shall make with the all such necessary proper repaired for the receiver that may deem expedient shall establish, maintain rates, collect such fee with the whole of the other charges of the connection project for the receiver that may deem necessary for the proper reasonable shall collect, receive all revenues deposit same in the separate account which shall apply with the revenues collected with the receiver the seventh of the court directive to provide with the duties of the receiver, the subsection performed in a manner consistent with any and all existing contractual agreements to which the authority may be part of the own hours of the receiver shall be no greater than power over the authority. See, whenever all the amounts due with upon revenue bonds interest thereof will be cured made good with the similar cure with the making good with the effect with the regard with the any with the note of the bonds obligation interest thereof with the constitute with the charge of lien commerce of the revenue of the project with the term of the covenants of the agreements of the holder of the revenue bonds then if it appears in the court to the court with no default imminent with the court direct with the receiver the surrender possession of the project of the authority for the same right with the holder of revenue bonds to secure the employment of the receiver the provided in subsection A of the code section shall exist substantial default. D. A receiver shall performance of the powers conferred with upon him with the code section under the direction and supervision of the court that makes such appointment all the time subject to the orders of the decree of the court shall be removed there with nothing contained with the code section limit that restrict with the justification court into the other four further orders discreet for the court with the being necessary for the purpose of the exercise of the receiver the function and set forth in this code section. Alright, 46.4.8.118 charges for the use of the facility service for the purpose of the earning of the sufficient revenue for the possibility of financing with the revenue bound with the construction of the project for the authority for the accomplishment of the corporate purpose of the authority for the authorized to fix the revise for the fee, rates, fees, collect fee for the total charge for the each for the project for the cover, the acquire for the construction for the on the subject such rate for the fees, total for the charges to be paid, the use of the facility service, such project shall system shall be fixed just for the time provided with the funds together with other revenue any such person project authority insufficient to pay for the cost of the operating, maintaining, repairing, the disposing of the project, including the reservoir reserves, the insurance, the extraordinary repair reserve, the required with the resolution, other reasonable reserve of the established authority from the trust agreement, indenture pertaining to the trust bonds, the issuing of the other unless such cost of the otherwise provided the cost of the operating and the conduct of the business of the authority, and including salary fee for the professional services, including the legal, engineering, the others for the expense of the property relating to the contact of the pay of the authority, cost of the gas produced over the authority that acquired the others, all the others associated with the operation maintenance of the authority with all the project facilities, to pay with the principal of the interest of the revenue bound with the same with the come to do with including all the premium and the proceed with which shall they have been will be paid with the cost of the project, which cost shall include all element of the cost authorized by the article, including acquisition property over the real person, any interest over the property, clearing with the proper, preparing landing for the purpose of this article, the architectural, engineering, financial, legal, civil construction of the project authorized by this article, administrative expenses, funds, initiating operation of the project, interest prior with during the construction of during such a period thereafter may be determined by the authority to comply with any singular funding with the requirement contained in the resolution, trust agreement, indenture for the issuance of the security of the such bond. 4. To perform fully provision of the resolution, trust agreement, indenture for the relating issue of the security of the type of the bonds, payment of which such revenue is pledged. 5. To accumulate excess of the income of which may be required for the purchase such bonds for the may be dictated with the requirement of the such resolution, trust agreement, indenture requirements to achieve the red marketable low interest rate for the term of the bonds. 6. To pay expenses of the connection with the term of the bond, such privately include but not limited to trustee, official fees, B. The rates, fee, tolls, charges authorized in subsection A of the code section payable to the intervals may be agreed upon several of the contract providing therefor any such contract with the provided with the commencement of the payment is not necessary to pay for the directly rate for the authority for the completion of the undertaking for the authority for the term of the project may require the payment establishing reserve of the rate stabilization purposes may provide with the making of the payment during the system such time of the pay for the partially will not use whether or not any of the projects are maybe completed operable, the operating may provide the charge for the payment, shall be the serve of the reduction, with the offset of the otherwise, and shall be the condition under the performance, non-performance by any other agreement. C. In such contract may obligate with the public subdivision identified with the serve of the harmless authority of all the damaged person with the property occurring with by the reason of the project, they obligate with the public subdivision undertaking the expense of the public subdivision of defense action brought against the authority with the recent injury of the damage of the personal property occurring on the reason of the project. D. The event of the failure or refusal of the public subdivision perform punctuality any covenanted obligation contained within the contract with the authority to enforce the policy performance legal equitable process including specific performance and payment which become the due of the authority pursuant to the contract with the sign with the authority the trustee with the paying with the agent required with the term of the resolution trust agreement and indenture relating to the issuance and security of the trust bonds and F. The use of the disposition of the authorities revenue shall be subject to the provision resolution authority authorizing issuance of such bonds or the trust agreement and indenture if any secure the same sharing the same. Alright, 464119, revenues held within the trust of the bondholder. The funds received with the pursuant of the authority of the article, whether the proceeds from the sale of the revenue bond with the revenue fee, with the total of the charges of the other earning, with the gift granted for the contribution, with the deem of the trust fund, with the to be held with the applied solely to provide with this article, with the bonds owners and table, the receive of the benefits funds, shall with the lieu, with the cover the funds applied with the bill added in such a manner with the resolution, trust agreement, the indenture with the authority. Alright, 46-120, annual audit authority together with all funds of the table of the connection with the table of the audit with the not less than frequently with the annual with the independent with the certified with the public account with the sole objected by authority capital of the audit shall be available to require and request the interested parties included without limitation of the hours of holders with the authority bound within all the parties contract with the authority. Alright, 46-121, jurisdiction, right to protection, enforcement actions, except that it provides subsection B with the code section any of the protect for the enforcer rights of the article brought in the court of the state with the brought to the superior court of the county, in which the principal office of the authority is located. B. Any action pertaining with the validation of bonds issued in the article pertaining with the validation of the contract constituting security from the bond security of the superior court of Fulton County, the court shall have with exclusive original jurisdiction of any such action. 46-122, exemption of the regulation, public service commission of the rate serve of the active of the relate with the exploration, manufacturing, development, and serve of the production, transmission, sale by authority of the gas authorized by the articles, so not subject to the provision of the Georgia Public Service Commission, nor regulation provision of the articles do not nor intend to increase or diminish for the authority of the jurisdiction public service commission with respect to the distribution, sale, of the transmission of the gas and county with the municipal corporation or other public subdivision of the state. 46-123, conducting meeting records. Meeting authority subject to the Chapter 14, Title 50. All records authority subject to the Article 4, Chapter 18 of Title 50. Alright, 46-124, effective of the other law. The provision article should regard supplementary additional cumulative of the power of the confirmed by the law of the shall be not regard for the derogation any power of the confirmed by any other law. 46-125, the liberal construction article with the welfare state of the inhabitants shall be liberally construed to defend the purpose thereof. And that was Article 4, Municipal Gas Authority of Georgia, the whole thing.